Welcome, everybody. What a week. This college football playoff rankings just came out. The Dogs are on a tear. Look at that guy. He is on the prowl, baby. What do you think, Jim?
Dog eating. The dog about ready to eat right there. Dog is hungry.
Yes, he is.
That sums up the demeanor of the Bulldogs Saturday night, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. It's an easy intro, man. We're excited to be here with you tonight. Got Joe, we got Tyler, the pick master, Magna, ready to rock and roll on some picks. I got to tell you, Joe, this is a great way to kick off this week. We got a heck of a lot to talk about. Unbelievable environment in Athens. Let's get after it right away.
We got a lot to talk about, but
let's watch him play. Let's watch him at work, and then we'll chat. Rock and roll. Okay. Throw it at it.
Yeah, let it run. Yeah.
Look at this guy. We've watched the emergence of an unbelievable competitor with ice water in his veins. Tyler Stockton is the real deal. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Nobody now in the country is. Look at this guy running and throwing darts. I mean, seriously, it doesn't hurt to have guys like that catching the rock.
Yeah, no, I mean, they're arguably the hottest team in the country. They got great momentum. So you've got Gunnar with tremendous question marks going into the season. Is he the guy? Does he have the talent? Struggling against Austin Peay. And then you've got, fast forward to Kirk Herbstreit saying he needs to be in the Heisman consideration. What not? What a transition.
Totally.
Oh, absolutely.
I looked at him playing in that last season when Beck got hurt, and I was like, oh, this guy is not that great. I don't see Georgia doing much next year with him at the helm, but now I think he's the best quarterback in the SEC, so things have changed a little bit.
You look at this, you look at his motor, right? You look at his motor and his on-field acumen. I mean, he owns the field, and he's non-stop. He's as we all say, he's a defensive player playing offense because he's aggressive, he's tenacious, and he goes after it. Talk to me, Joe. What do you think?
He owns the field. He is the absolute leader in the huddle. Including defense. The defense loves him. The defense feeds off of him. Just the type of play that he has and his attitude. I mean, he's got more energy in the end zone after celebrating a touchdown than anybody, and he's consistent. It's just genuine. It's genuine. And it's exciting, and even Kirby made the comment at the press conference, and he embodies everything that you want in a Heisman Trophy winner.
Speaking of Kirby, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut in. Well, speaking of Kirby, he would not be happy with your camera shot right now, Joe. You need to tilt that camera down, that camera down a little bit. Get your head up there on the same level with everybody else. There you go. There you go. Kirby would definitely not live with that for a while.
Yeah,
but I think Kirby. I've got a couple of Kirby press clips that you sent me that I think will set up some of the decisions he made in that Texas game, about his mindset. Do you want to roll a Kirby clip real quick?
Let's do it.
Now, this is a killer soundbite from Kirby.
I'm a kid that grew up in the SEC footwork and thinks that that's one of the key ingredients, most important games. My objective is to win every game we play. So where does that put us? Puts us in that game, right? So there would be no way I would ever look at not playing in that game. You can't do that. You got to look at the opportunity to go play and win a conference championship that has eluded more programs and has been as rare to win, in some cases, as a national championship.
Yeah, I mean, that is, anybody in the SEC gets it. I mean, it's, you don't want to avoid having to play in the SEC championship in order to save yourself and get ready for the college football playoff. An SEC title is so important and it's so valuable. And like he said, he grew up in South Georgia. it's such a coveted trophy. It's so hard to attain that there's no way his mindset can't allow for him to think of any other option other than winning the SEC and then moving on from there.
There's nobody like him. We've been saying it week after week. There's nobody like him. I mean, again, there's some other great sound bites. Ty, what else you got for us?
Oh, well, this is a couple of the decisions he made in that game with Texas that kind of
before you roll this, right? So let's talk about his mental mindset, right, and how he prepares his team week in and week out. You just saw it in the press conference. His press conferences after the completion of an unbelievable game are all about prepping his team for next week, right? And for him to do what he did this past weekend, going for it on fourth down, the onside kick, which we're going to see in a second, these are things that Kirby historically wasn't going after because he didn't need to, didn't feel like it was required at the time. But because I think he can turn to his team and his team has his back, right? They have each other's back. It's just amazing to see him execute. Let's see this. Let's see that, Ty. Let's see that fourth down. Watch the shoulders. Watch the body language of the Texas sideline.
Well, I guarantee you half the Texas team thought they weren't going to run the play. Yep. They were trying to, they're just going to try to draw us off sides because look, we were on like our 38-yard line, and we're winning, and you just don't do that. And if you look at the Kirby analytics, he's not going to do that. He's going to try to jump us off sides, call a timeout, we're going to punt the ball. A fantastic play. Fantastic.
And what's he do? He puts it in the hands of Gunner to do a run-pass option, see what's available. He's got two huge human beings in his face, dumps it over top, first down and more, off they go. Seal the deal, pushing it hard, making it go.
Well, and Jimmy, you played linebacker. You're a defensive player. I mean, what's the mindset of a defensive player after the offense pulls off a play like that?
So walking backwards, right? So first and foremost, those linebackers, you watch the way those two guys came off the edge. One guy was not responsible for coming off the edge. So two guys, they're playing on their toes. They're leaning forward. They're coming forward. They want to stop the run. They're like, if they're going to run a play, it's going to be right here up the middle because they've been running the ball pretty well.
Yes.
So look at they just fired the gaps, and then you say to yourself, oh, what just happened? Now I've got to regroup. I've got to circle the wagons and see if I can stop them from scoring again, and literally kicking me while I'm down. So you're demoralized for the moment. You got to regroup and try to figure it out. But at the same time, Texas wasn't able to execute offensively. So.
Well, and that makes me think of another Kirby comment, and that is the running game. You can't succeed without the running game. And the running game is what caused those linebackers to lean forward and cheat, and which opened up that play action. It is the key, and they're doing it. They're running the ball successfully. They got a couple great running backs. Offensive line has come along really well. They're just hitting on all cylinders right now, and it's fun to watch.
Tyler, I'm going to put you on the I'm putting you on the spot, Tyler. How does Georgia stat this year as far as covering? Obviously, they covered this week.
Up and down. I mean, I feel like
I
feel like I've had action on every one of their games this season. I mean, they started off pretty terribly, right? They were, 7 touchdown favorites against Austin Peay, and they won by less than 3 touchdowns, or maybe just over 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, they covered this past week pretty easily, so it's just been up and down. It's kind of how Georgia always is against the spread. It's always up and down, close. They usually end up in the red, but they win the game, so it doesn't really matter.
Hey, let's see the dagger, Ty. Let's see the onside kick that just, oh my God. I just was like,
unreal.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah. There's the last thing on Texas's mind is an onside kick in this situation. That's the last thing, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and there's Cash Jones.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah. So we're looking at a 5-year walk-on. We're looking at a guy who's been there for 5 years. He walked on a little skinny kid from Texas that just hung in there. And look at that moment for him. That's really cool. That's what it's all about. He'll never forget it. And, he was interviewed afterwards and he said, hey, we've been practicing this thing. We've been practicing it for 5 years.
Yep.
And I really in my back of my mind figured, Kirby's not going to call this. I mean, especially if we're up. And then he said, we're going to do it. He's like, oh man, I got nervous there, but it was perfect. Yep. It was just perfect.
You look at that the front line from Texas, they're all peeling backwards. They're going backwards, getting ready to pick out their man to block,
Of course they are.
As a special teams guy, you literally are so myopically focused. It could be across the field block that you got to have. So you pick your guy out, and you're beelining it. You're like, holy crap, the ball's coming at me. I'm already running backwards. So reaction time, impossible. Yeah. Impossible for them to react to that.
Yeah, I think you called it the dagger, and it's exactly what it was.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. All right.
You talked about the young guy. Well, Kirby had a comment that Joe wanted to play about the young guys and how the team, the composition of these teams, as the ages is morphing. So let's hear what Kirby has to say here.
We're going to be young every year. I don't think college football is going to have old teams anymore. I'm going to have to get used to being patient. How fast can you grow your youth compared to others? But I'm proud of this group and what they've done. They've got good intangibles. They work hard. They got to make a choice on whether they want to continue to get better.
Yeah, so this is huge. To me, there is so much in his comment right there. So here's the head coach, and so many times we listen to head coach, the press conference, and it's just, well, we're going to play hard and try to get better and try to improve. He's sharing with us what he truly believes. And that's really cool. It's really, okay. So what he's saying is, hey, if you're interested, you need to understand that college football has changed. From now on, it's going to be a young roster because of the NIL, because of the nature of being able to transfer. You have to accept the fact that your roster is going to be younger than it has been in the past, and it's not going to change, right? And I'm going to have to become more patient. Why? Because you're dealing with a younger roster. Yeah. That just comes with it. So to me, it's really cool to listen to him share truly what's going on. And if you listen, then you if you're a college football fan, you'll get something out of it. You'll appreciate what he's saying, and you'll understand the nature of the game and how it's changing.
Do we have anybody to look at and focus on from Charlotte this coming week? That obviously this is going to be a first half game, right? My hope is that, by midway through the third quarter, we're pulling the starters out. We've got the second and third guys working. Is there anybody from Charlotte we should keep an eye on?
There really isn't anybody. I mean, the quarterback is a Duke transfer that had some success with Duke a couple years ago. But, I mean, it's just an example of, you can have 2 or 3 good offensive linemen, but if you have 2 ones that aren't good, you can't protect anybody because they're just not a team yet. It's a new coach. He just came from Ohio. Charlotte will be a decent program in the future. They're not. They're 1-9, and I'm hoping that that Gunner doesn't, and the rest of his starters don't see the field in the second half. Run some plays, execute, work on some things first half, and then get on the sidelines, put a visor on.
And you got to bring it. You got to bring him in for the first drive of the second half, assess the situation at that, and then move on. Right? I think historically that's what you got to do. Tyler, has Charlotte? They've only got the 1 win, but are they covering spreads?
No, no. I can't believe how bad they are. I thought Tim Alvin would bring some of his Ohio talent with him. Ohio's they're not doing as well as they did last year without him, but they kept most of their players. They still got Navarro at quarterback there. I can't believe Charlotte's 1-9. I almost considered placing a bet for them to win the AAC. It was massive odds, but. Clearly, thank God I didn't. They're really horrible. So now, however, I think the spread's 44.5.
Yes.
I don't know if Georgia will cover that. They don't seem to go crazy against these bad teams.
And they don't need to. They don't need to. They don't want to. That's not Kirby's way. He doesn't want to demoralize anyone. Gunner will definitely take that slide at the end of that game.
And to answer your question about Georgia covering the spread, they're 5-5 against the spread with a point differential of plus 0.6. So they're just right on the dot. They're 5-5, basically 0. You know, they're Vegas is.
So really, you really want to stay away from a 5-5 team, right?
Yeah, but I mean Charlotte. let me look at Charlotte. Charlotte's 2-6-2 with a average point differential of 6.3.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can see how it would be tempting, but just the nature of there's some guys, you know, that'll put a half 100 on you in a heartbeat, right? Kirby's not one of them.
But timeout, right? So that's like saying, to your point about the 5th-year walk-on, you put him in the game in the third quarter. He's not going to slow down.
No.
Right?
Nobody's going to slow down.
They're not going to slow down. Who's the backup quarterback?
Ryan Puglisi, who is a good-looking quarterback.
Yeah.
And then Montgomery behind him is, you know, they're very talented. And so, if they go out on the field, they're going to want to ball out. I mean,
exactly. Exactly.
So
they've been working hard all year long. Scout team, second team, getting reps, not getting reps. This is going to be their opportunity to come out there and throw some punches.
Yes, it's
what else we got?
Good timing for us.
What else we got talking about in Athens? Anything else, or do we want to jump over to the SEC roundup now?
So Athens, how lucky are we, you know, as Bulldog fans to once again have just a fantastic team that we were stressed out at in the beginning of the season, and they just keep getting better. And this quarterback is special. He's going to go down in history in Athens as one of the top quarterbacks, top players. Gunner, his character,
that's awesome.
His leadership is just special. It's really cool.
I'm jealous.
I mean, do we want more Gunner? Because I have another Gunner, but I was going to skip it. But it's Dog Nation's. You want to see one more Gunner? Okay, hold on.
Yeah, man, one more Gunner. I can't get enough. Can't get enough Gunner.
Find it. Let me find it. Guys, talk. Go ahead and talk here while I find it.
Tyler, what you got from the other SEC picks this week? Who do you like?
The only game that I really like SEC-wise is Missouri plus 7.5 at Oklahoma. Oklahoma coming off their big win, right?
Yeah. Do they lay an egg?
Well, no. I think they win. I just don't think they're going to win by more than a touchdown. So you're getting the hook. I'm happily going to take it. I honestly I think Oklahoma wins it by 7. So.
One of my favorite quarterbacks in the country, right there. What a gutsy dude.
He is a gutsy
to your point,
dude.
Joe. He had a heck of a run at Washington State. Now he's doing it in Oklahoma. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Here's a kid who, he grew up in Texas.
Yep. I'm going to eat crow,
He grew up in
man.
Texas.
I thought Venables, no way. I didn't think Venables was going to be able to do it. I really didn't. I thought the job was too big for him. I thought the distractions were too big.
Keep in mind, I mean, they in the bowl game, they lost to Navy last year in a bowl game. Nothing against Navy, but Oklahoma's not supposed to lose to Navy.
How many guys at Oklahoma didn't play in the bowl game?
I don't know, but you're right. Mateer didn't play, that's for sure. Yep. You know, Mateer is a heck of a player. He, is a heck of a high school player out of Texas, but he's a 6-footer maybe. So he had to go to Washington State, and he did a great job, and now he's back, and he's a leader too. He's another Gunner, very similar to Gunner.
What you got here, Ty?
Yeah, so here, we got to give attribution to Dog Nation. This is from their not their X, I'm sorry, it's their YouTube account. This is their YouTube short, so attribution to Dog Nation.
Man, he just leads.
My confidence as the season has gone on, I feel like that's grown.
We're hard to defend. I mean, there's 3 touchdowns on quarterback run, and then all of a sudden he's running the quarterback run, and there's a guy wide open in the back of the end zone that ran right by you that didn't block you, and it's a great play. And you can't do them unless you got a quarterback like Gunner that can execute with the words and the language and command the huddle and manage the clock.
We try to be a team on the rise, and I think we believe that.
He's playing at a high level and a high clip right now, and we got to keep getting better and getting more tools to work with around him.
Speaking of tools,
good job, Dog Nation.
Speaking of tools, did you see that number 10 jumping around behind him?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that phenomenal freshman tight end that we have barely seen so far. Yeah, so you talk about tools. No, it's exciting. And again, this is Kirby. He just loves Gunner. And do you blame him? No.
Good riddance to the guy that went to Miami, man. Good riddance.
Oh, man.
What a much better. This team is gelled together around him, around that culture. Phenomenal. All right, let's jump down. Let's jump down to Aggieville, right? So you have a blowout in the making with South Carolina destroying a hapless, no pun intended, Texas A&M. I mean, it was over. The game was over. Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast. That guy. I mean, what an unbelievable showing for Texas A&M to come back, and what a debacle on South Carolina.
Well, look at that quarterback. It just makes me realize. It just reminds me of how many great quarterbacks there are in the conference this year. A ton, and we can talk about that later. Yeah, I think that. I think South Carolina losing the way they did is just devastating. I don't know how you come back from that. I don't know how you come back from that. You just don't let that happen. It's just unbelievable how they just.
It could be years. It could be years to recover from that. It literally. I don't
know how Beamer recovers. I mean, I don't.
Plus, you had a cop going bananas. That was crazy.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I mean, you can't make it up.
Yeah, that was the most impressive comeback I've probably ever seen. And maybe, some people might tend to forget the Falcons' little debacle in the Super Bowl now. We can talk about A&M and South Carolina more.
I thought the same thing. It was just an epic meltdown, very, very similar. But I don't know how you come back from this. I'm not talking about just this year. I'm talking about just moving forward. Yeah.
Flush,
you cannot.
Over again. Beamer is a cheerleader. Obviously, his shtick is worn out. Should have taken the opportunity to go back to Virginia Tech when he had it. He may not make it into January with South Carolina. So tough. All right. Before we talk about what happened in Tuscaloosa, let's talk about how. Or do we want to talk about that? We want to talk about that one first, Ty?
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. But
go back to the SEC roundup.
Yeah, let's talk about
Alabama lost.
Yeah, let's talk about Ole Miss and how they have absolutely solidified themselves as a top echelon team.
Plus, with all the noise of Kiffin, I mean, the fact that they're still battling through that is quite impressive. I mean, playing the school that is heavily rumored he'll go to.
There we go.
So that was a nice little game they had.
Yeah, I saw him this afternoon come out and say how happy he was at Ole Miss. He didn't flat out say I'm not going anywhere, but he, so it's, and I don't blame him. I mean, hey, you can't, you got to look at what they're going to offer you before you say no. That's for sure. It's a challenge. He's got to keep his team motivated. They have a shot to go far. They really do. You don't want to.
Hey, they're going to get in. They're going to get into the playoffs. Anything can happen in the playoffs. Anything.
Yeah.
So
they're going to beat Mississippi State. They're going to beat State. They're going to get in, and they could get hot. And go deep, do some damage.
No doubt.
No question about it. And
there they are. Interesting. So all you have to play is
they got to buy, and then they got the Egg Bowl. But Mississippi State, they're out of bullets. They showed that last week at Missouri. They got hammered by Georgia, and then Missouri just separated from them, and Ole Miss is not going to have a problem with them.
Shoot, they're nearly as bad as Auburn, Tyler.
Mississippi State.
That's nice.
Auburn's got the chance of a lifetime coming up in 2 weeks to just ruin Alabama's season. Nighttime and dirt in the hair. Oh, it's going to be nuts.
Yep, no doubt.
It is.
No doubt.
The pressure is on Bama.
Oh my God, yeah.
Pressure's on Bama.
The pressure's on DeBoer. I mean, they're already talking about DeBoer being gone already again, just like last year. This guy,
Alabama.
he's walking around with a target on his back 24/7.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so hard to be the first guy to replace a legend. It just doesn't work out real well. Like Ray Perkins, who was a great coach.
Oh, yeah.
An Alabama alum, he took over for Bear Bryant and fired
Won the
him
national
after a couple years.
championship. Won the national championship in '79.
Well, Gene Stallings won a national championship.
Gene Stallings, yep.
Yeah, and they ran him off too. He won a national championship. He was gone.
Stop it, goal line stand. Was it Krause?
No, Krause was back in my era. He was back in '79 against Penn State, right?
Yep.
But no, that was he won a national championship against in '92 against the Hurricanes. Gino Torretta and that crew.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were going to pick on Tyler a little bit there when you brought up Auburn.
Yeah, we're going to
Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah.
Alabama fans, spoiled brats.
So here we got the games in the SEC coming up this weekend. I'm going to go full screen to this.
Sure.
It's as big as I can get it, but this was like this is upset watch from their. So these are some of the games here, and I thought you guys were going.
I think Kentucky Vandy's going to be a decent game. Kentucky has improved. They got nothing to lose. Vandy pressure's on Vandy. They're trying to get in. So Kentucky's got nothing to lose. That's going to be a decent game. There'll be a lot of blue in the stands in Nashville.
What about the Hilltoppers going down to LSU?
The Gamecocks better look out
LSU
for.
Maybe finally score more than 2 touchdowns.
I do have the right week up on this one, don't I?
You do.
I do. I mean, the thing that gets me, Tyler, check this and check out Florida. It's only 4.5. Tennessee's only favored by 4.5 over Florida.
It's actually 3.5 now.
Oh my Lord!
It's moving.
I don't know if I can stay away from that one, man.
Nighttime, it's just one of those deals. I mean, Florida's not going to keel over, and they're not going to keel over and die. I mean, Tennessee's a good team, but they don't really have that. They don't really have it this year, it seems. So I could see that game going Florida's way.
Yeah, I think, as we said before, I think the game of the week in the SEC is Missouri-Oklahoma.
It is.
Right? I mean, no doubt.
Yes.
For sure is.
Yeah, Oklahoma's got to, they got to get up again because Missouri is a good team with a great coach he might not be in Missouri next year.
No. No.
Drinkwitz is a heck of a coach. He's done a great job there. He might be at one of these big three, the LSU, the Auburn, or the
Penn State.
Yeah, Penn State as well.
I think Penn State has their guy. It's not. I forget who it is, but I don't think he's in the running for that job. I think
we'll see.
Drinkwitz is just looking. I know Auburn is interviewing him. Auburn's between him and Summerall. I don't know about Florida and LSU.
Yeah, there's so many rumors going kicked around, and hey, it's all about the agent and the athletic directors. I just saw the athletic director from where was it? He's stepping down at the end of the year.
Colorado.
Dion needs a break. Dion needs a break, and Colorado's AD stepping away. Unbelievable.
Yes.
Maybe he'll make Dion will pull some strings and get Shiloh to be the AD.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I got a hot take question for you guys before we exit out of the
That thing that is not going to turn around.
I wonder if Joe can hear me. Can anyone hear me?
You can bet on that.
Joe just had something to say, Ty.
And you can bet on that, Tyler.
I will. What are we looking at here?
These are the statistical leaders at quarterback. If the NFL draft was happening today and all these guys were on the board, who would be your top pick and who would be your second pick? If you were a team owner and you had the pick.
I would not take a quarterback.
Let's say you got to take a quarterback.
I guess Gunner. I mean, it got to be him.
Number 9 on this board.
Well, you're sorted by yards here. That doesn't really mean much. I mean, I'm taking Gunner over everybody above him. Sort of by QBR, you get a better judgment. I mean,
it's something. I mean, it's a marker, and it's a starting point, but it's not the end point as far as the yards, the stats, the whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, but to look at all those names, these are good quarterbacks. I mean, the league is loaded. Look at Nussmeier. I mean, Nussmeier is going to get drafted. I mean, a lot of really, really good quarterbacks to choose from. So it's kind of interesting. No other conference is close as far as having so many talented quarterbacks, top to bottom. Yeah. But I would agree. I would, if you factor everything in, it's Gunner.
Easily. Cool. And then I'd go Pavia number 2, but I don't think I'd want to draft him personally.
No. I don't think he's, from. Again, it all depends on the team, Ty. Who needs the quarterback in the NFL, right? There's obviously a handful of teams.
It's supposed to be a hot take question. It's supposed to be fun.
I'll give you a hot take. I'll give you a hot take, and this is probably wrong, but it's a hot take. I feel like the first quarterback in the SEC draft. Well, I think Taylon Green gets drafted before Gunnar Stockton. Just on size.
Gunnar Stockton's coming back next year anyway.
Is he coming back next year?
Sure.
Yeah, he'll be back. I mean,
a senior.
I don't see Gunnar as a first-round pick. I see him as a great college football player. That it's going to be a challenge in the NFL because he's not the tallest guy. However, look no further than Tampa. What's going on down there?
Gunnar reminds me a lot of Baker.
Yeah, sure. A lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if he's got the cannon though that Baker has. Not yet. So
not yet.
Georgia did put in Puglisi that one time they threw it. I forget what game it was, but they were throwing a Hail Mary and they put in backup to get it down there.
Well, why don't we take a little break before we come back and talk a little ACC and Georgia Tech? Good time for a break.
Yeah. I can't hear Ty.
Yeah, Joe can't hear you, Ty.
Relay to Joe what I'm saying.
Going to a break.
We're going to a break, and then we're going to talk about the ACC.
At Homegrown Realty Group, we believe buying or selling a home should feel personal, because it is. We're more than agents. We're your neighbors. From the first showing to the final signature, our team is rooted right here in the community, guiding you every step of the way. Whether you're planning new routes, upsizing, or downsizing, trust the local experts who know this market best. Homegrown Realty Group, where real estate feels like home.
Let's get back to the ACC and Georgia Tech. Joe, you good?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Cool. All right. So the bottom line to me is Georgia Tech still has a chance. Anybody can. It looks like 4 teams have a legitimate chance of winning the ACC still. And Georgia Tech just has to win out. And
all they got to do is they just got to beat Pitt. They don't have to worry about Georgia. They beat Pitt, they're in. And then Virginia beats Virginia Tech, they're in. So those are the 2 favorites to make it. And then I guess you could have a little bit of chaos if somehow some teams lose. But
but
I think it's going to be Tech and Virginia.
Yeah, but you got Miami ranked higher than all of them.
Which is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
They can't. I mean, for them to make the AAC championship, they would need a ton of chaos. So
everybody needs to. Yeah,
I don't see it.
Guys losing it. Yeah, guys losing at the top. Yeah, I'm with you. I think so. Pitt loses. What about SMU?
SMU gets in if. Oh, what's their tiebreaker? I forget. They would need a little bit of chaos. I think they're the.
I'm sure they would.
They're sitting right behind Virginia and Georgia Tech.
Yep. So I mean, I think it's phenomenal. I appreciate what the ACC has been doing. They've gone from and also ran to having 3 or 4, maybe 5, maybe legitimate programs that are competing at the national level. So can they go toe to toe with some of the others? We don't know. They haven't been forced into that situation, so we're going to find out.
Yeah, we're going to find out in a couple weeks. Tech's got to win. They got to pull one out again. It could go either way with Pitt. Obviously, Notre Dame handled Pitt, right? But it's another week. It's another game. It's another matchup, and so it could be a close game. It could be a tight game, especially the way Tech's playing. I mean, they just pulled out a couple squeakers against teams that it shouldn't have been close. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with them as far as it goes with Pitt. However. I am fully prepared for it to be a very close game the week after in Atlanta. with the Dogs. It's going to be
I think Pitt was
competitive.
Exposed. I mean, Notre Dame is a great team, but I think Pitt was exposed.
Hey, we've got a clip here from Coach Key about Saturday night against Pitt.
It's not going to kind of be full. It's not going to maybe be full. Right, Bobby Dodd Stadium is going to be rocking on Saturday night from 7 to about 10:30 at night. Right, it is the greatest venue in the country to be able to play a night game here at Bobby Dodd, and I cannot wait to see the people in the stadium and how loud they'll be. We're going to need them all, and have that 12-man advantage.
It's a hot take.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's quite a sales pitch.
Oh, not so fast. That's a heck of a venue. They've got some athletes. He's got them cranked up. I've got. I like their chances, and I think Pitt was exposed this weekend. I think Notre Dame is absolutely a phenomenal team, but I also think we saw some vulnerabilities at Pitt. You had Narduzzi getting a little arrogant before the game with the guys from the crew, but I don't know. What's the spread in that one, Tyler? Coming up, the Georgia Tech game. I like it. I like Tech.
I do as well.
Well, I mean, so you're giving Tech some leeway. I mean, they squeaked by a couple teams that they should have blown past. So we'll see what happens.
Top of the conference. 6-1 in the conference. They're rolling. They've got an opportunity to punch a ticket. I don't think they're going to miss it. I really don't. I think they're going to answer the bell. I think they're going to deliver for the conference. So with that, do we want to jump into the rest of the conference at this point? Does that sound good, Ty?
Yeah, let's do that.
Cool.
And Joe, you make a good point about Pitt, since we're jumping into the conference. Or you make a good point about Tech struggling. I mean, that close of a game with Boston College is pretty unexcusable in my opinion, especially after losing. You'd think they'd come out all fired up, wouldn't want to do that.
A 1-9 team.
Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, that's not great. So, I mean, there's a reason the spread's 2.5, right? It's going to be a good game. Pitt looked terrible too last week, but Vegas always knows.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
I like
it. We'll see what happens there. So the other relevant programs, right? The other ones that still have a shot. So you obviously Miami, SMU, Virginia.
Yep, and Duke technically still has a shot.
Yeah, and I know the ACC is praying that Duke doesn't. Prevail because
they might put the Sun Belt champion ahead of them in the playoffs.
So obviously, they'd love for Miami to win out because of the name, or Tech, or Tech to win out.
For Miami, I mean, they don't even need to make the championship because they're basically already guaranteed a spot in the playoff. They're ranked 11th. All they got to do is beat Virginia Tech, and they play Pitt, and then they're in.
I don't know.
I mean, I think the ranking is far too high, but
yeah, I don't know. I think they get penalized by not making the championship game. I think they get penalized by honestly guilty by association. They didn't deliver when they were supposed to deliver. I mean, the other team too. I mean, SMU. There's a couple good games that remain on that schedule. So we'll see. Right? We'll see how that all unfolds.
It will be interesting. I'll still put my money on Georgia Tech playing Virginia for the title.
All right, so before we get to the top two, here we go. Let's do it right there. No, perfect, Ty. Perfect. There you go. Just came out. Obviously, Georgia gets the bump, but look at Texas Tech, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, I could just hear Lane Kiffin right now. I mean, how could you put them in front of us? We have one loss to Georgia, okay? And they have one loss to Arizona State. And you've got them in front of us. He's got a good case. Now,
I'll play devil's advocate. They lost that one game with their backup quarterback in to a team that the playoff committee thinks is the 25th best team in the country now. On the road. Every other game they've been in, they've blown out whoever they're playing with their healthy quarterback. Ole Miss, on the other hand, sure, great lot. Their one loss is way better than Texas, but I mean, they played Washington State and won by 3 a couple weeks ago. There's, I'm not saying I necessarily completely agree with it,
Yeah.
But I think Texas Tech is a damn good team.
So do I.
Yes.
So do I.
The sixth best team.
Yeah, but we heard Lane Kiffin a couple weeks ago lecture the world about, does strength of schedule mean anything anymore? I mean, evidently not. So I can just hear him, and he has a valid point. But I think it's going to be a moot point once they start to play each other. Once you're in, but it doesn't make sense to me that Tech, who I respect Texas Tech, I think they're good. I think they're going to make some noise and they're going to be around for a while. But to me, it just doesn't make sense that they jumped in front of Ole Miss.
Yeah, I also don't like Vanderbilt ahead of USC. I don't like Miami where they are. No. I like Utah where they are. BYU, I think, is overrated. We'll see. I mean, the good news is there's lots of football left. I mean, there is a lot. It's crazy. It's crazy. We're sitting here. We're almost at Thanksgiving, but there's still plenty of relevant, compelling, important football left.
Yeah, and there's going to be some more surprises, just like Oklahoma was a surprise to go into Tuscaloosa and do what they did. Yep. I mean, SC's got a big matchup this weekend. SC could really make some noise, pulling out a win. Going to Eugene to play the Ducks, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a playoff game for them.
It's a playoff game for them.
And it's also an interview. I mean, I don't know if you've been seeing that. Lincoln Riley's name is getting thrown around all over the place. The NFL, big other programs. Lincoln Riley is now the hot commodity because a lot of people think that Kiffin is staying put. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how the teams respond to the banter and how the teams respond to adversity. It's wild. It is wild.
Yeah, I really like that USC quarterback. I think he's got the best QBR in the entire country.
He is good. Yep.
But I like everybody else on Oregon. So I think Oregon wins and covers.
Great team. They got a heck of a quarterback and they got a great coach.
Oh yeah.
They got a great coach. So, but you brought up Kiffin a second ago, Jim. I don't think there's any way in the world 5 years ago he would have stayed at Mississippi, having the offers, the opportunities from LSU and Florida and Auburn. There's no way. But things have changed so much now because of the NIL, right? If you've got a handful of donors that are billionaires like Texas Tech has, it changes everything. You don't have to be the traditional powerhouse in order to have the NIL money that the top dogs have. And you can stay at Texas Tech. You can stay at Ole Miss, where historically you had to move on. So I don't know whether he's going to stay or not. It wouldn't shock me if he stayed because it's changed. Because he's getting what he needs. He's getting the resources that he needs in order to get the players that he needs in order to challenge the top echelon, the traditional top echelon with Georgia, Alabama. LSU and all that. So, it's a game changer. It really is. This whole NIL, good or bad, whatever. It's a whole new world.
Well, and it's not so it's a combination of obviously the portal and the NIL. The NIL now has leapfrogged the criticality of the portal, right? I mean, you watch these coaches and these staffs of coach extensions on the field after these games. There's 30, 40 coaches, and 20 of them are talking to Texas players from Georgia last week, right? I mean, they're networking, they're working the angle, they're saying, how do you like these hedges? They're saying, how do you like Athens? I mean, it's crazy. I mean, it is absolutely, it's a juggernaut, right? And Kirby's demeanor and swagger and confidence is massive, man. It just continues to perform. So anyway.
There's a handful of coaches that have pulled it off. They've made the transition to this new world, right? Where he can still keep the hammer down and work them hard, and they respond. Whereas in other places, I think a lot of coaches are afraid to do that because I'm going to lose them, right? I'm going to lose them. Kirby has this expectation, and they have bought in, which is critical. And only a handful of coaches have been able to pull that off, and he clearly has. So
All right, before we jump into Before we jump into the NFL, we're going to do some Tyler picks right now, buddy. What do you got for us this week, Tyler?
Hey, Tyler, I'm going to go full screen with your AI version of yourself here while you get your screen shared over here. So,
I like it.
Yeah, here's another one. Look at Tyler. Now this is what his setup really needs to look like. Look at this place,
yeah.
Tyler.
Just give him a couple weeks. Just give him a couple weeks, and
look at that.
All right, my first play of the day or of the weekend will be Utah. I'd probably like to buy this down to 17 flat. I don't love the hook. I wouldn't go any further north than 17.5 if you're going to take it. Utah's been really good this year. Put up a lot of points. Kansas State's been underwhelming. They've improved a little bit from their lackluster start, but I still think Utah blows them out. And, they kind of need to make a statement here to keep their rank and keep their hopes of making the playoffs.
They got a shot, man. They're sitting, they're sitting on the bubble.
Yep. They did they play BYU already, or do they play them? I think they might have already played, but so I don't know how their shot of making the Big 12 championship looks. But if they blow out whoever they play next week, and they blow out Kansas State, they'll be in the playoffs.
All right, where do we go?
My next pick here, North Texas at Rice. I'm taking North Texas here, another pretty big number here. North Texas has been really good against the spread, 8-2. They're playing a pretty bad Rice team. It is on the road. It's a night game, but there'll be more North Texas fans there than Rice fans. I wouldn't
What's my number there?
18.5. Wouldn't take it any further than 19. North Texas, they have a shot of making the playoffs here, depending on what happens with Tulane. I really thought it'd be North Texas getting the nod over them, but I think they blow out Rice. My third and final play, another group of 5 team that's hunting for the playoffs, JMU. The Dukes, they're playing Washington State. 13.5. I think they win this game by maybe 3 touchdowns. So I like that number a lot. You're getting it under 2 touchdowns. I just think, Washington State's looked good at some points this year, but they just lost to Oregon State, and Oregon State just lost to Sam Houston State. So give me JMU 13.5.
All right, Tyler. Give us the report on how you're doing so far this year.
Love it.
Not great.
Love it. Joe, every day.
I think 3-3 on 2 weeks ago.
These programs.
Uh-oh.
Well, Jim's bandwidth just took a crap, didn't it?
Yeah.
Right in front of our eyes, his bandwidth took a crap.
Is he out of the call?
Well, his bandwidth completely dropped him. I saw it just deteriorating.
I did
But
too.
listen, Tyler, so yeah, I mean, I made you a slick graphic and everything.
That was freaking cool.
Yeah, so are you
Appreciate
worthy?
it.
Are you worthy?
No.
You're not worthy of it. What do we gotta do, man?
You know what? I don't know who is worthy. I mean, holy cow! I mean, you watch these guys on game day and you look at their record.
Yeah.
It's
hard.
It ain't easy.
Yeah, well, we had a good day on Saturday overall. I don't know what my record is on plays I give here, but we had a good Saturday.
Well, you fellas want to move on to the Falcons?
Yeah, I'd love to talk about how.
Yeah, well, I got a slick little meme loaded up here. Let me throw that up here. So I think whoever. Let me add him. Oh, I gotta take you off, Tyler.
Thank God. I hate this skinny camera.
There we go. There's Tyler again, and we're gonna share this tab. Here's the meme.
Yeah, please, dear God. Get him out of here. I cannot believe I did not wake up yesterday to news of him being fired. I can't believe it.
Yeah, there's a lot of shakeup that needs to happen, and the fans are just like torches and pitchforks, man. Totally. Just calling for everybody.
We're just so bad. He's so terrible. Every time the camera shows him on the sidelines, he's just standing there doing absolutely nothing. No clipboard, no nothing. He just stands there and watches his team lose. I swear he's like getting paid by someone to tank the Falcons. It's a sick joke.
Yeah, well, we could talk about. Sorry, I hit the wrong button again. But here's what I was trying to pull up. It looks like Penix is out.
Yeah, I think
for the season. Is there saying 4 games minimum?
His ACL, I think. And if it's the same knee, he's already torn. I think he's torn his ACL twice. But one knee, I could be wrong. If it's that same knee, I mean, that's just classic Falcons. Let's draft a guy in the first round after just paying Kirk Cousins hundreds of millions of dollars, and then he probably has a career-ending injury. I mean, it's just classic.
Joe, any comment on the Falcons? Can you hear me, Joe? You can't hear me?
Joe,
maybe
Joe,
he can hear you, Tyler.
Can you hear me, Joe?
Joe can't hear either. So now it's just me and you, Tyler. It's dead.
We lost both Happy brothers.
It's the Tyler show now.
Yeah, I mean, Falcons
Tyler
are terrible.
Taking over. You're taking over.
That's all I got to add about the Falcons, how terrible we are. Quick note on the Hawks. We did just lose to the best team in the Eastern Conference, so not too upsetting there. But we went on a little 4-game West Coast road trip, and we swept it, which I think is like the first time the Hawks have ever done that. I saw some stat. We went out there and looked great. I have some high hopes for the Hawks this year. Laid a bit of an egg today, but it was still a close competitive game, so can't be too upset.
No, not at all. Not at all. Joe, are you hearing us? Are you back, Joe?
I'm back.
There we go.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got one half back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Jim looks like he's gone for the night, but we will go ahead and jump into this our grab bag. Look at that! Look at
that's
that
kind of
animation.
Okay.
Well, there are a few things that we already hit on in the grab bag, but a couple of things were, like player of the week or our player spotlight is one thing he wanted to talk about. We hit on the wrong coaches. Player spotlight. We have. Did we already talk about this John Mateer as being the player spotlight?
Yeah, I mean that was Jimmy's nomination was him, and it's kind of hard to disagree with him on that. He is a lot like Gunner, very similar stature, has a good arm, has good legs. But is a big leader. He's a big leader. You can see he's got that C on his jersey for a reason. And he took care of business in Tuscaloosa. His stats weren't phenomenal. I mean, statistically, Bama outgained the Sooners, but he took care of business and he got the W. So heck of a week for him, no doubt about it.
Cool. And he said honorable mention goes to
I mean, so we got to talk about this guy because we got to talk about Texas Tech. I mean, we're not used to talking about Texas Tech, are we?
Oil money.
We got to get used
around.
to it. Texas Tech is here to stay.
Oh yeah.
And their gunner, if you will, their gunner is this guy Rodriguez, who is a heck of a football player, a local guy. Just a very talented linebacker, great personality, and he's a huge part of this Texas Tech success. Is Rodriguez? They threw him in the second half last week, and he scored a touchdown out of the shotgun. They're really pushing him for Heisman, which is not going to happen. He's a linebacker, but they're having fun out there, and he's a big part of it. And they're going to make some noise. They're going to go deep. And so we got to talk about Mr. Rodriguez and the Red Raiders.
Agreed.
Yes, sir. Well, moving on to the next item in the grab bag, I did not know that this Lehigh and Lafayette rivalry was so storied and aged, but I did find from last year that I'm hearing myself echo a little bit here, but I found this clip from last year. And this is a big deal. So these fellas are tossing the goalpost into the river from this game.
They're serious. They're serious. But no, I mean, it's too old. It's too private institutions up there in Pennsylvania, about an hour and a half apart, that have played football for a long, long time. There they are. And it's a big deal. And, two academic institutions. They're in the Patriot League. If they have any scholarships, it's limited, but they always put together good teams. They execute, they don't make mistakes, and it matters to them. And so it's kind of it's a fun rivalry. And
it matters to college football, right? This old rivalry.
Lehigh,
it does.
I don't know.
It does. I mean, it's pretty cool to see. These guys are out there truly paying for the love of the game. There's no NIL money, at least that I'm aware of, that's at Lehigh or Lafayette. I mean, they love the game, and they're all damn good students as well. So it's pretty cool. Hats off to them.
Yeah. And the last item on the grab bag was another rivalry that I guess is worthy of a mention, and that is Montana State. Now, this is on the list that was sent to me. You guys can take it away if you got anything there.
Yeah, I mean, these are two good programs. They're FCS programs that have tremendous tradition. They also are about an hour and a half apart, Missoula, Montana, from Bozeman, Montana. Look at the stadium. Look at they both get 25,000 fans for each game. And it's a big deal in Montana, this game, and they're really good. I mean, I'm not sure why they haven't moved up to Division I yet, because the talent level is easily Conference USA or MAC or whatever, but good football.
This trophy right here with the football on top of the mountain, I mean, that's probably one of the coolest rivalry trophies I think I've ever seen.
Hey, you're out there in the Rockies, man. It's an appropriate trophy, but good football. I encourage anybody that has the opportunity to turn this game on. Finish up Saturday with a night game out in Montana. Good stuff.
Is it Saturday?
Yeah.
All right.
Bobcats versus the Grizzlies.
Wildcats and the Grizzlies. All right.
Bobcats.
What did I say? Wildcats. Bobcats.
Yeah.
Well,
good stuff.
Sorry. The Bobcats and the Grizzlies, it sounds like it's going to be a thriller.
Always a thriller. Always.
Well, anything else you guys want to hit on before we throw?
We're good.
Throw it to the end of the show here, and we'll take us out. Appreciate it. We'll see what we can do in post.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah, man.
Hey, all you Southern sports freaks. Offsides is a new podcast that's jumping to go offsides with you. The Happe Brothers and Tyler Megabook Megna are looking to chew those game chops down to the bone. Check out our full-length episodes on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, and X, and keep watch for our punchy shorts and reels on those platforms, as well as Instagram and TikTok. Throw us a like, share, and a follow. Help us grow, and we'll be forever grateful. In this world where attention is hard won, Storytel.media turns your vision into visuals and sounds that grab hold of people. I'm Ty Towers, and I'm a hands-on AV nerd with 35 years in broadcast production. I personally run camera, sound, lighting, edit content, design graphics, and arrange music. My knack for rhythm fueling razor-sharp edits. Leading a tight-knit team, we deliver stunning visuals and powerful messaging. While I've been honored with Emmy, Telly, and Promax awards, I really focus on your trust first and foremost. For leading companies, including industrial manufacturing clients, we bring trust and discretion and relaxed environments where your executives will shine naturally. We execute your vision with precision, making your story unforgettable. Discover our story at Storytel.media and let's make your story shine.